It seems I can't get enough of Scotland. I'm back, and this time I'm in Oban. I've just parked the van up, and I'm about to catch the passenger ferry over to the Outer Hebrides, because this time I've decided to take on the 156 miles in 10 islands of the Hebridean Way. Made it, the Outer Hebrides. What a glorious place. Well, this walk for me started as you saw in Oban. I parked my car at the Tesco Superstore. Cost me £82 for 2 weeks, and I used the Your Parking Space app to do that. It's a great service. From there, a short walk into town, and jumped on the ferry over to the Isle of Barra, and here at Castle Bay. £15.60 for that ticket. Now, if you want to get to the start of the walk from there, you can walk back across the Isle of Vatersay, across the causeway, or you can catch the number W32 or W33 bus, I believe. It's Sunday, and by the time I got here, and it was a 5.5 hour ferry crossing, the bus had stopped running. So I'll have to wait till tomorrow, and I think it runs twice daily. So I'll catch it in the morning. The walk, 156 miles over 10 islands, albeit the Isles of Harris and Lewis share the same landmass, I believe. 6 causeways and 2 ferry crossings, and that's not including the ferry here or the ferry back to the mainland. The pack I'm using on this trip, I used it on the West Highland Way. And if you want to see what went on during that particular trip and that walk, I'll bang it up in the box, and you can see what happened there. This time round, I've swapped out my tent, so I'm not using my Scarp one, and I'm sure it could stand up to some high winds, but because the Hebrides is low-lying and there are very few trees around, I've got my Hilleberg Solo, and hopefully that'll be a little bit more sturdy. And because of that, the pack weight's a little bit heavier. I think currently I'm at 14.2 kilograms, and I don't think that's particularly bad for this length of trip. Speaking of which, normal rules apply. This is not a specific how-to. This is my take on this experience during this walk, and if I can hand you some handy hints and tips along the way, I'll endeavour to do so. I'm going to relax now, taking this glorious view, get myself over to Vatersay tomorrow and start this walk. The Hebridean Way, 156 miles. It ain't going to walk itself. Day one over and done with. All I can say is that was a slog. I'd fill you in on all the nuances of today, but I'm cream crackered and I'm hungry, so I'm going to go to bed and I'll speak to you in the morning. Well, yesterday, that was a hard day, made ever more hard by the drizzle, the rain. It was never ending. Rained all day. Apologies for not filming much either, but due to those conditions, there's nothing to be seen. So for me, it was a little bit of head down. Just as a point of information, the bus to Vatersay is at 9:37, and it stops down by the ferry port. When you get to Vatersay, there's a community centre, and that's where the actual walk starts. But be aware, it's not open till 10 o'clock, and it seems to be the theme here that nothing really opens until after 10, sometimes 11. So if you're banking on a morning coffee or what have you, you can forget it. Back to the route. Day one is supposed to be the hardest part of the actual walk, apparently, according to the book. So let's see if the rest of the walk is a little bit more forgiving. But be aware, if the weather is bad, like it was yesterday, the footing becomes really treacherous. The hills, the moors, the heaths, they can be absolute leg breakers if you don't watch your steps, so tread carefully. And you'll of course meet Mr. Peat Bog, and sometimes right up to your knees if you're not careful, so bear that in mind. Day two, I'm going to break down camp and get myself off down to the ferry and over to the third island of Eriskay, and then from there over to Uist, or Uist, forgive the pronunciation. Let's hit today strong.
We never show emotions, we just keep it down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be and you. We're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we could grow just like the flowers through the concrete, just you and me. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go.
Not wishing to jinx it, but today's a massive contrast in weather to yesterday. The sun's almost out. It's as calm as anything. Can it get any better than this today? day 2 over and done with. I'm now set up for camp. Just going to tuck into my my dinner. What a contrast to day 1. The weather's been really, really good, and the ground has been really, really flat underfoot, so it's made really, really easy walking. This is island at number 4, 6 to go. Bring on day 3.
In my mouth is a desert, running dry on the tip of my tongue. I can taste your lies, how to measure the love you throw around. I could never hold you down. You're tall as the so full of emotion. You're tall as the ocean, so full of emotion. You're tall as the You're tall as the ocean, and I can't touch the floor, so full of emotion. I can't keep it.
Day number 3, and I'm off to somewhere around Howmore. Well, normally this would be my day done. I've made it to Howmore, and as you can see, I'm just sheltering in the bus stop out of the wind. It's been quite rough today. It is only 3 o'clock, so I've got a few more hours left in me, I think. So I think I'm going to push on into tomorrow's leg. It's fairly desolate out here at the moment, in as much as there are no trees, no forests or anything like that. So if I pitched up now, I'd just be hammered by the wind. So I'm going to go and try and find somewhere a little more sheltered if I can. See what happens. Well, I found a place to pitch. It's not the greatest of spots. Let's just hope that I don't get disturbed tonight. Anyway, stage 3 done. Really easy stage, flat the whole way, so you can make some really good ground. And in fact, I actually got to Howmore before I thought I was going to. I did push on, as I said, because of the wind, and I think you can hear it now. I'm in a spot now where it's a little bit more sheltered, and I've taken a couple of miles out of tomorrow's leg, so dinner, kip, see you in the morning. Welcome to day 4. Now, as I did a few extra miles yesterday, I've got a little bit less to do today, but I've still got some distance to cover, and that will see me crossing the next causeway and leaving south east to island number 5, Berneray. I was going to camp somewhere around Liniclate, pardon the pronunciations, but I've booked myself a hostel which is further up the road, this place, And no, I'm not going to even try and pronounce that. So I've got a few miles to do, and that's all in the future. So let's see what today brings. Well, this place was an absolute find. £30 for a bunk for the night. The surroundings are absolutely superb. No wonder it's 5-star. The host, really friendly, and there's lots of facilities here. So can't wait to get into a nice warm shower, have something to eat, bed, recharge everything, and then start again tomorrow. Day number 5. Well, this place is absolutely superb. Well worth a stop off to refresh and recharge, and it's a very reasonable price. I was the only person here in a 4-bunk room, and it was absolutely lush. Today I'm setting off a little later than normal. My plans are a shorter walk across the causeway to island number 6, which is Grimsay, and I had plans to wild camp there. However, done a little bit of research, and it tells me that if you cross the second causeway over to island number 7, North Uist, there is a campsite somewhere near that causeway. So I will probably set my mind to go there instead. It's still a short walk, no more than about 10 miles or so. It's just started to rain again, and there's supposed to be a little bit of a weather window. I did say I'd take it easy on this trip, so I think I'll have another coffee. There's something about these long distance walks which I can't quite put my finger on. Maybe it's the peace and tranquility. I don't know. What I do know is I really should have done this much sooner. end of day 5, and the weather has been really good to me from the initial shower this morning. The route out of town really flat up until the hill that you have to climb, Rubel, I think it's pronounced, and there is a waymarked path all the way up to the trig point. From there it gets a little bit more sketchy, and the Cicero book says that you need to take a bearing of 350 degrees, and I did that, and it's bang on, and that takes you all the way down to the first waymark off the top of that hill, after which you follow the waymark posts back on to the main road and back onto the trail. After that it's all road, so it's hard on the feet, but I'm in North Uist now, and I am in Moorcroft campsite. Really good facilities here, and the owners are really friendly, so definitely worth a stop on your list if you're going to do this walk. Now, because the weather's so nice, I could have done what I did yesterday and push on a little bit, and I may well regret it, not making the effort whilst the weather is fine. As tomorrow I think it might rain, but I've got to check the weather forecast because it's quite changeable. Either way, there are no facilities apparently on the next leg, so I think I'm just going to regroup again, have a bit of a rest and a relax, and then hit the trail again tomorrow. The morning of day 6, the weather forecast says it's going to rain all day, so got some choices to make. Anyway, I'm off to Lochmaddy. Well, decision made for me. It's starting to rain a little bit more, and it rained all last night, and the route to Lochmaddy takes me through this moorland over here. I've gone a small way into it, and it's absolutely atrocious, and it's a shame because there are some chambered cairns that I would love to have seen, but I've got to be sensible. This is a marathon, not a sprint, so it's the road for me. Earlier on I had to come off the path because the ground was absolutely atrocious, and as a result I missed out on a couple of features that I wanted to go and see. Having got back on the path, I'm now off it again because on the map I've stumbled across this chambered cairn, and I thought I'll come and see it. Well, as you saw, I've just entered the Lochmaddy district. The point on the map which ends the route for day 6 is just over the brow over there, and Lochmaddy town is further on that way, I think. The route here, this morning, the initial part was absolutely atrocious, so I had to find another route, as I've already said. That said, the route to Lochmaddy is mostly road. There is a section, the last 3 or 4 miles, where there is a track that runs alongside the main road, and that track is actually well paved. It's a great piece of tarmac, however, just a word of warning, because of the temperature, the moisture in the air and what have you, it's plagued with midges. So you can walk along that track if you like, but that's up to you. I stuck to the road. It's 20 to 12 and I've got a bit of a quandary. Yet again, do I push on and this time up towards Berneray, or do I consolidate and find a camping spot as I planned in my initial itinerary? The only thing I do know is that I need some more provisions, some more food, so I'm going to head into Lochmaddy town, see what's going on there, and then I'll make my decision from there. Day 7. Yesterday I decided to stay in Lochmaddy. I'm up early doors this morning to make good use of the weather window that I've got. The start of day 7. I'm off to Berneray, island number 8. Now, depending on what time I get there and what time the ferries run, I have the option of nipping across to island number 9, which is Harris. However, I'm quite keen on staying at the Berneray hostel stroke bothy, and I've been told it's a strange one where it works on an honesty basis. There are 20 rooms, and the idea is that you rock up. If there's a bed free, the bed is yours, and all you've got to do is pay £20 for the privilege. Now, I could wild camp anywhere here for free. However, I've never stayed in a bothy before, and it sounds like my cup of tea. End of day 7, and I've reached island number 8, Berneray. I was really fortunate this morning as I took advantage of the weather window because, as you can see, the weather's closing in. This part of the route can be broken down into 5 sections: road, moor, and road. The road sections are nothing to speak of, and if you've got this far, you'll know all about the moors. But in particular, the 2 sections of open land, especially that going over Benmore and over the other side, if the weather was anything like day 1, I'm not sure it could be done. So my advice to you would be, think about when you reach this section and make your decision based solely on the weather. You might want to throw in an extra rest day. Speaking of which, I'm going to go and try find this bothy stroke hostel, bag a bed, and then I'm going to rest up for the rest of the day. day 8. I'm going to be leaving Berneray and heading off to Harris. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and the reason why I'm up so early is because the bothy is 2.5 miles away from the actual ferry port, and you've got to be at the ferry port at least 45 minutes before the sailing time. Hopefully the weather will be good for me. My intention is to have a very slow walk to the next section. I can't actually remember what the name of it is, but I'll put it up. So yeah, a slower day for me today. Behind me is the community shop. It's just off the ferry. I'll put the times of opening and stuff somewhere on the screen. It's the last place that you can stock up on anything that you need before Tarbert. And if you're doing this in sections, Tarbert is tomorrow's section. Clearly, if you're doing it in a wanna, it's not really an issue, but my advice would be, as soon as you get off the ferry, get yourself over to the community shop and get your bits and bobs. End of day 8. The route here, because it was dry, wasn't too bad. In the wet though, it's another one of those I'd really think about it. I made some really good time here, and I'm currently at the Seilebost, and I hope I pronounced that right, campsite. It's £10 to pitch. The only problem I have is that it's really busy, but it is the school holidays. I've been spoilt with some of the lonelier places. It perhaps wouldn't have been the first place that I would have thought of coming to, but with views and vistas like this, I'll let it slide. Day 9 will see me heading off towards Tarbert or thereabouts. So enough chatter, food on, tents up, and it's a relax again. Day 9. From here, Seilebost, over to Tarbert. End of day 9. It's going by ever so quickly. Only a couple more days to go and I'll be finished, hopefully. The route to Tarbert, long, but actually very, very easy navigation wise. It was all path, so never going to be an issue when the weather gets a little bit more inclement, but it was a long one today, so bear that one in mind. Stocking up the other day was absolutely the best thing to do because there was literally nothing on the map. There are a number of cafes listed, but they don't exist, so bear that one in mind. Tomorrow is over to Scaladale. I hope I pronounced that properly or even said it properly. A short one, 9 to 10 miles, so I'm going to relax tonight, as I've done every night, and get up a little bit later, have some breakfast in the town, and then get going. Day 10. Forgive my dishevelled look. I had to escape fairly quick this morning. I woke up from my wild camping spot to the attack of a million midges. Luckily, I had my midge suit. Do not come here without it. Today sees me leaving Tarbert and making my way over to Scaladale, where I have a hostel waiting for me. Good times. End of day 10. The route here, really, really good. Only 9 miles. Starts off with a massive climb out of Tarbert, but then it levels off, goes downhill, and then along a loch for a mile and a bit. Really scenic, well worth the effort. But then you're greeted with a massive climb at the other end. But all is not lost. Once you reach the road, it levels out again for a couple of miles, and then downhill to the Scaladale Centre. And I really do suggest that you book inside. It's not attended, and it's one of those that you have to pre-book. It costs £25 a night, and you book online 24 hours beforehand, as I said. The facilities are absolutely excellent. So that's me for the night. I was a bit premature when I said it would be island number 10. Apparently, from the book, the division between Harris and Lewis, because they share the same landmass, is actually about a quarter of a mile or so up the road. So island number 10, the Isle of Lewis, isn't going to be until day 11 tomorrow. Day 11. Scaladale to Balallan. Now today I will be crossing into the Isle of Lewis. My intention, depending on the time and how I feel, is possibly to push on past Balallan, get a few more miles in, so that the last day to Stornoway I've got less to do. The sun's just breaking through the mist and the cloud at the moment, so it looks like, hopefully, it's going to be a good day. End of day 11, and I couldn't have ended it in a better place. The route here was magnificent, really easy underfoot, more of a stroll than a through hike, especially through the forest sections. I'm here in Balallan, if that's how it's pronounced, and I'm at the community cafe, and this is an absolute gem of a place, and if you do stroll through here, please stop by and give them your custom. The staff here are really, really friendly, and they can't do enough for you, and the food is really, really good and very reasonable. As I alluded to earlier on today, I think I might push through. It's only just gone 2 o'clock, and do a few extra hours and thus a few extra miles. Tomorrow, if I started from here, would be 17.9 miles to the end point of Stornoway, so if I can get some of those miles knocked off today, it just makes tomorrow a little bit more palatable. So I'm going to have another coffee and then hit the road. Day 12, last day, and of course it's raining. 13 or so miles to do. Really glad of that because I put the miles in yesterday. But in any case, once that's done, I'm in Stornoway. I love this long distance walking lark. I've done the West Highland Way, I've travelled the NC 500 and I've hill walked all over Scotland. And I was once told that I'd not seen anything yet until I experienced the Outer Hebrides. Well, having walked its length, I can say they were probably not wrong. Every place, and I mean every place I've been to, has been picture postcard. It has to be seen to be believed. Would I come back again? In a heartbeat. This walk was truly amazing, but it was no walk in the park. If you're going to do this, then come prepared, or it will bite you, make no mistake. My only advice, plan more days than you need, so that you absorb it all. The Outer Hebrides is nature's TV. I should have gone to County today, but I don't have enough time, so that's probably the next adventure for me at some point during the year. 2 ferries, 6 causeways, 10 islands and 12 days. 156 miles of the Hebridean Way. Done.